Hey everyone, thank you for stopping by. Happy Fibro Friday. I hope that your week was amazing, but if not, I hope that the weekend has some goodness in store for you. Today, we're talking vitamins and supplements that I'm hoping will help keep everything under control as the weather goes from tolerable to cold. So, as you all know, I've filmed before and discussed this. I do not like cold weather for my body. It just is not my best season to thrive in. So, I have to prepare myself. I have to be aware of what kind of nutrients I might be running low on, as well as the nutrients that I'm constantly running low on. Thinking specifically about iron, but other things too. I have to kind of keep an eye on it because the better my nutritional levels are, the less pain I generally feel. So I'm going to break it down into my morning routine and my evening routine, showing you what I'm going to be using, what I've already started using a little bit as the weather begins changing, and how I plan to implement things a little bit further as the months get cooler. Now, before I get into all the segments of my day, please know this is not medical advice. I am not a nutritionist. I am not a doctor. I'm not anyone licensed. This is just what I'm doing to maintain my health. So, first thing I do is I drink room temperature water. I have a water bottle on my nightstand, and that's the first thing I throw back when I wake up in the morning. My mouth is dry. I want some water. When I go downstairs to my kitchen, the next thing that I'll drink, this is after I've showered and gotten dressed for the day, I will strain some stinging nettle infusion. And stinging nettle is a plant that grows in the springtime, and it's dried and sold in bulk. So I buy a pound of it at a time. Stinging nettle infusion is just a very strong tea that you make with it. You boil water, you pour it over the stinging nettle. I let it sit at least 24 hours. That's the recommended time from different herbalists. I do that, and then in the morning, after it's set at least 24 hours, I strain it. So if you want to know how to prepare a nettle infusion, what some of the benefits are, just proper handling and all of that, I will put a video here, which is from She Is of the Woods, April, out on the West Coast. She's great. She knows her stuff with herbs, and she has a very detailed video on stinging nettle. So first thing, after the water, go downstairs, strain the stinging nettle. I drink it. Stinging nettle's flavor is not for everyone. For me, I got used to it as I kept drinking it. So for me, it's fine. It's not a big deal. But to start, it can be a little difficult to handle if you don't like very savory things. But for me, it's fine. So I do that. A little later in the morning, if I want to sip something and I want something a little more substantial, depends on how I'm feeling. If I've eaten breakfast, I probably won't do this. But if I don't feel like eating like a heavy breakfast, which happens frequently, I will make a nutritional shake. And the shake I use, I'm not going to name the brand because I will not be purchasing it again. It's a great product, but it's like a subscription service and it's a lot. I just don't want to do that again. So I will be switching over to a different nutritional shake, and I will put the link to the shake I choose in the description box so you can check out what I'm describing. But I make a shake and I add collagen to the shake. So, I do one more thing too with the shake. I should have mentioned this first. For the shake, I use hibiscus tea instead of plain water, okay? So here is the brand of hibiscus I use. My dad actually grabbed this bag for me from an international grocery store. Let's see if I can get it in the frame. This is actually a tea brand from Ghana. So wherever you want to get your hibiscus, if you prefer Jamaican or some other Caribbean or African source or some other country or region, it doesn't matter. You want to make tea with hibiscus, and you can let it cool. Like I'll make it at night, and I'll just let it cool on the countertop in a sealed container. And then the next morning, I use it to make a nutritional shake if I'm in the mood for one. So you make the tea. This does not have to be steeped for 24 hours like nettle, because I'm not really making this as an infusion. I'm just making literally a tea and using the tea in place of plain water for my nutritional shake. Why? Well, of course, Hibiscus has vitamin C, it has other nutritional benefit, but also I like the flavor of hibiscus paired with a nutritional shake, especially a chocolate one, because to me it gives like chocolate and fruit at the same time. So I love that. So I'll mix those two together, and then I will throw in a scoop of collagen. I'm at the bottom of this, so I will be ordering a different brand. I'm going to go back over to Free Range Diva, Cheryl's page. She's recommended different types of collagen. I need to go back and check which brand she's recommended. And so once I have that, I'll try it. I'll let you know how I like it. But I'm getting back into doing collagen because it's so good for body support, so good for regulating your digestion, and it's excellent for joint health. It's just a wonderful thing to have in your routine. So my nutritional shake with collagen, and instead of water to mix the shake, I use hibiscus tea. So that is the morning as far as that goes. On a day where I have eaten breakfast and I'm not doing a nutritional shake because I don't need the extra calories, I will take a multivitamin. Let's see, do I have it? Yes, I do. The multivitamin I take, and I've mentioned it before, so this is nothing new. It is Garden of Life Organics Whole Food Gummies Prenatal Vitamin. I'm still rocking with these. They digest really well. They have a great taste. They are pretty much all fruits and veggies just encapsulated in a really delicious gummy. I love it. You need 4 of these, but it's got so many of the things you need. Only thing that is missing for me is iron, and that's usually where the multivitamin shake comes in, because a lot of them do have iron, which is very helpful to me. So that is how I start off the morning. If I'm going to do the shake, then I won't do the multivitamin chews, but if I skip the shake and do breakfast instead, then I will do the chews. And that's how I do the mornings. Now, my evenings are a much more involved situation. So for my evenings, I do a bunch of pills. The reason why is I find at this point, I used to do pills in the morning, pills in the evening. I do all my pills in the morning or all my pills in the evening. What I found is that the bulk of my pills, if I'm going to be taking them, the evening is really good. I can take them, so long as they're not anything energizing, I can take them, I can lay down. They digest while I'm sleeping. They get to where they need to go, and everything is supported and supplemented overnight while my body is at its most restful. So that's why I'm kind of leaning more toward my pills at night. So what pills am I taking? For starters, and I've been taking, this is my newer bottle, magnesium. Magnesium, it's going to do wonders for muscle aches. It is great to help you with sleeping. It's a very gentle but effective sleep support aid, as well as a very light laxative. So if you're someone who suffers from like IBS, be careful with this. If you suffer from IBS-D, be careful with this. If you have IBS-C, you know, it may be helpful to you to take it because, you know, this is a very gentle laxative. If you have a pretty regular system, you know, digestive system, this probably won't have much of an effect on you. But if you're someone who's kind of sensitive in that area, just keep that in mind. So magnesium, first and foremost, at night, it is wonderful for giving me a great night's sleep. I do not take the magnesium on nights where I'm staying up very late because it makes it very hard for me to get up the next day. The next thing I do, if I'm taking magnesium, I pair it with vitamin D3. I just got some labs done. I didn't mention this. I might do this in a separate video and go over my labs, but I just got some labs done, and my vitamin D3 levels have been in the normal range for the first time in years. And I do credit pairing this with magnesium with helping that, because these two, well, vitamin D is technically like, I think it's like a hormone. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it's a hormone technically. But pairing vitamin D3 and magnesium makes it more effective. So that's why, or at least that's what I read. I could be wrong. that's why I put them together. And I have had normal range vitamin D levels for the first time, like I said, in years. I didn't get out a ton this summer like normally I like to get out. Summers past, I traveled, got out in the sun, got beautiful tans, and still was vitamin D deficient. This year, for the first time, my vitamin D was exactly where it needed to be. Not now. Could it be higher? Yes. But for someone who just started this a matter of weeks ago, I am pleased. Okay. So vitamin D3 along with magnesium at night. Even if I don't take the magnesium because maybe it's too late at night because I'm, afraid I'm going to be oversleeping the next day, I will still do the vitamin D3. Okay. The next thing I do is omega-3. Now, this one is a prenatal omega-3 by Melaleuca. You don't have to use this brand. You can use fish oil from the Dollar Tree. They have fish oil capsules that will give you omega-3. Just look up the benefits of omega-3. As it says here, it promotes brain and eye development of prenatal babies, but it supports brain health in everyone. So definitely omega-3s, and that will help you a lot as far as supporting your brain, which may be experiencing brain fog, but also it can help with neurological things, broadly speaking, which is an area where most people who suffer from chronic illness, in particular fibromyalgia, could use all the support they can get. Okay. The next thing is sea moss, and this one has bladderwrack and burdock root. It's supposed to be for immune system, energy, and digestion comfort. Honestly, I probably shouldn't be taking these at night, but I don't notice a difference. I don't notice any difference taking these at night versus taking them during the day. I've done both, and I find no difference. So I will finish using this bottle. I don't know if I'll be getting another one because I haven't noticed many changes, though I do know I have some relatives who swear by it. So, this is kind of optional, but I'm going to use it, see how I feel once I stop. And if I notice a difference, then I know I need to bring it back in, okay? As in a negative difference. Something that I certainly won't be stopping is my turmeric and glucosamine, and this is pretty much out. The amount I have left is not noteworthy. It's just a couple, and I have more in my pill case, which will take me through the week, but I will be ordering this as soon as I wrap up this video because I really don't like to be without turmeric. I feel so much better when I take it regularly. You can, of course, do turmeric capsules like I do. You can do golden milk, which is an Indian recipe that you can use to get in more turmeric, which has wonderful anti-inflammatory effects. I recently did a video on neuroinflammation and kind of diving into that world, trying to understand it with my very limited neurological understanding. And I am pro anti-inflammatory anything. So in this case, I do that because it helps with just general aches and pains. Most people could benefit from using turmeric, but even if you don't know that it will help with aches and pains, just know that it is a natural thing that can help your body do what it needs to do anyway. And if it supports removing any inflammatory agents from the body, even better. So that is my core routine that I'm going to be doing every day, pretty much, until the weather breaks again. So it seems like a lot, and it may be, but I wanted to be clear that the reason why I do so much with this is because I am someone with a chronic condition at this point, and I want to keep it as managed as possible. So when I do all of these things, this is a way to kind of fortify my body, making sure that I have all of the nutritional resources at my disposal to take care of my body and to get me through the season with as little pain as possible. It's very important for me to tend to these things because I've noticed when I skip them, I feel worse. I notice the effects of the season far more when I'm not on my supplements than when I am. There are other supplements that I take occasionally, but these are going to be the core. Those several pills at night, and there are a lot of pills. Like a couple of those, I have to take 3 of them at a time because that's the recommended serving amount. So if I'm taking three of the turmeric, 3 of the omega-3, 3 of the what was the other one? Sea moss, 1 of the magnesium, 1 of the vitamin D. It's a lot, but I just toss them back, get it done, and then I'm going to bed anyway, very shortly after. It's just a great way to kind of just get it all in my system, let my body send the nutrients wherever it's going to send them while I sleep, and then I can wake up in the morning feeling like I have a full deck. I have possibly all of the spoons I need for the day. If you don't know about spoons and spoon theory, I'll put a link. And I just want to make sure that my body is as prepared for the day as possible. And the best way to do that is to make sure that I'm on top of my nutrition. If I'm on top of it at least 80% of the time, that's still going to get me much better results than not doing it at all or being extremely hit or miss. So yeah, I can't promise you that this will be me 7 days a week, every single week, but I can say, like I said, at least 80% of the time, I'm going to be taking these, and I'm going to get as close to 100% as possible so that I can feel great. As the weeks get colder and the days get shorter and winter arrives for all of us here on the East Coast and in the Western Hemisphere. So that is it. Please take care of yourselves. I look forward to talking to you all soon. And have a great weekend if you're seeing this on Friday, or have a great day whenever you're seeing this. Bye-bye.